Oz Yang felt guilty, hastily claiming books in his bag, but the manager wouldn't relent, and 2 police walked by ignoring it. Oz Yang's heart jumped into his throat. Luckily the cops didn't care, but the manager went straight for the bag. Oz Yang finally caught on and exclaimed, "What kind of magic trick is this? Do you think I'm your employee? Not so fast, buddy." The soft fruit just turned into a rock, and the manager was left speechless. Oz Yang hurried home, bubbling with excitement. He pulled out the hefty cash, neatly stacking it up like a personal ATM, enjoying a 10-minute money medley. In his life, had never seen so much cash. Later, he took out his dad's keepsake box, fitting bills inside the bottom. He then covered it with his dad's chef jacket and knife, pondering hard how to spend this unexpected fortune. Unbeknownst to Oz Yang, misfortune was sneaking up on him. Just as he thought this was his dad's last gift, Mei Lan found herself bothered by a customer. The boss lady Yan Jai hurried over to mediate, but the drunk customer was rambling nonsense, even slapping Yan Jai across the face. Furious, she grabbed the bottle and hit the customer. Seeing Mei Lan hurt, she rushed her to a private room to inquire. "Do you want to get compensation from the customer?" Mei Lan shook her head in denial. Yan Jai instantly understood it was the husband. She threw Mei Lan an envelope filled with cash, advising a hospital stay, but Mei Lan insisted she didn't need it. Yan Jai knew the feeling well. "I lived like this before my husband passed too. If you ever need help, call me anytime." After work, Mei Lan went to find Huang Mao, but the thrill of murder was wearing off, leaving him in a daze. She said the deceased haunted her daily, eager to confess at the police. Frustrated, Mei Lan suggested a funeral. That night, the two of them went to the burial site, tossing a little paper money for the unfortunate soul. Perhaps the money was insufficient. Huang Mao remained dazed, mumbling, "I want to confess." Looking at this hopeless guy, Mei Lan couldn't hold. "Don't worry, I've got you covered. Don't fret." Mei Lan slumped over the steering wheel, her mind racing with what to do, then suddenly remembered the boss lady Yan Jai and quickly dialed her up. Yan Jai, formidable, arrived swiftly, stunning Mei Lan with calm. She immediately buried the body and destroyed the car. After all was done, Yan Jai took Mei Lan for a bath and spun a tale about tiger hunting. It sounded like a thrilling zoo lecture. It was said these sea creatures eat each other while pregnant. The one that survives is crowned the fiercest predator. Even my boss feels guilty, but you mustn't say another word. Can the boss really not speak? Getting started is tough. Yan Jai told Mei Lan she has to choose to be a tiger or continue being a sponge. It was up to her. Looking at the tattoo on Yan Jai's leg, Mei Lan hesitated briefly, but ultimately decided to be a tiger. For the next month, Mei Lan strictly followed Yan Jai's plan, reporting the murder, handing out flyers, and nailing the act. She played the innocent widow card, had the body cremated, and after a month, bagged a whopping 500 million in insurance. Following Yan Jai's advice, she even got herself a tiger. Yan Jai popped some champagne in celebration, but Mei Lan felt chilled. She was still haunted by the fears of killing when Yan Jai whipped out a wanted poster, comforting her that the tyrannical husband deserved to meet his maker. And the poor soul that Huang Mao accidentally killed was a scammer. Mei Lan gasped at the photo. Isn't that the scammer who abused her? Karma really is a thing. With that thought, she took a sip of champagne to celebrate, but then her eyelids felt heavy and soon she dozed off. When she awoke, she found herself strapped to an operating table. Yan Jai sighed. "I told you, tigers hunt their own. Don't let anyone know when you get rich." With that said, she put on her goggles and commenced a ruthless hunt without hesitation. A few days later, Yu Zai called Zheng Ji asking if the funds were ready. Zheng Ji replied he was still figuring it out. Yu Zai was growing anxious, saying, "Today Mr. Park is coming to collect. If there isn't any money, we're toast." Zheng Ji impatiently hung up and opened the door to find a visitor. The only one who knew the code was Yan Jai. He exploded, angrily scolding Yan Jai. "What the heck is this? You nearly cost me my life." Yan Jai remained calm, serving soup and telling her old fame to sit down and eat. But Zheng Ji had zero appetite. Enraged, she stood up, ready to excuse herself, and mysteriously mentioned wanting to visit her aunt in Japan. She claimed she had stashed some money at a bank there, and Zheng Ji hurriedly asked her to repay Mr. Park first. "The bank card is in my name, and for large withdrawals, I have to go myself." She had just borrowed a friend's passport, hoping Zheng Ji would help her out, but he glanced at it and saw Mei Lan's name printed. She sneered and tossed the passport back. Not a chance. Not unless you repay the loan sharks first. Just then, the doorbell rang. It was Officer Lao Mo, unfamiliar with the area, wanting to grab a drink with Zheng Ji. Zheng Ji replied, "Not today, we have guests over." Officer Lao Mo spotted the high heels on the floor, wondering what was going on. "Last time you said you had no girlfriend, so how come you suddenly have one?" With that, she pushed the door open and barged in. Zheng Ji's mind raced. Mr. Park was about to show up, and maybe Lao Mo could save his skin. With that thought, he quickly changed and warmly welcomed Lao Mo. The three chatted away while Yu Zai's calls kept buzzing in. If you like this story, don't forget to hit that subscribe button.